Well, it's obviously been a bit of a setback for us, a bit disappointing for the country. You may remember that Mr. Modi was amongst the first heads of state or government to visit Mr. Trump after his inauguration. I think he was the fourth. And their meeting went well and ended with a declaration by both leaders that there would be discussions on trade, negotiations, which were to conclude by the fall. So I thought that that was a good piece of news, that we would basically be in a position where we would not be immediately pressured on tariffs, because we would have until the fall to come to a conclusion. So the first surprise was when suddenly 25% tariffs were imposed on India. Now, why was that bad? Because other countries, particularly those countries in our neighborhood and in Southeast Asia, that are competing with us in the same kind of low-value, labor-intensive industries, they were all at 15 to 19% and we were 25. So suddenly, our exporters had a premium of 6% that their rivals did not have. In some cases more than 6%, some cases up to 10% more, because some were 15, some were 16, 17, 18, 19%, depending on which country we're talking about. Suddenly the impact was terrible. In Surat, they laid off 135,000 gem and jewelry workers. In Tirupur, in Coimbatore, not only were they laying off workers, but some factories are now threatening to close. In Visakhapatnam, where exports of shrimp exports and marine products were targeting the US in very, very large percentage, they found their entire industry unviable. Suddenly we had a huge problem which we had not anticipated. We were still not recovering from this when the second 25%, which is not just tariffs but a sanction, came on us because of our purchase of oil from Russia during the war. That was supposed to be a means of pressuring Russia, but the damage was done to us because a whole lot of our industries became completely unviable. $48 billion of our $87 billion of exports suddenly became off the market. I mean, no one was going to buy. Cancellations of orders were taking place colossally. And we suddenly found ourselves in a position where, with the exception of pharmaceuticals, where they still have not decided on their tariff rate, and the question of some electronics like Apple iPhones and some electronic parts, by and large everything else, suddenly India was essentially in the process of losing America as an export market.